Hey, how's it going guys? KAMZ here, bringing you guys some hardcore domination on the map Bootleg, and welcome to episode 3 of the spawn trap tutorials that I'm going to be doing. This spawn trap tutorial is going to be a bootleg, obviously. To start off in this gameplay, I'm gonna go into free roam, gonna show you guys where we spawn, and well, I'm gonna show you guys the better spawn trap, which I will call A flag as being the shit spawn, because there's only 3 passageways where the enemy team will be coming out of. But first, before I start, I'm going to show you guys our spawn point, which is at flag C. Obviously, there's one spawn point, one spawn point right here, and I've got another one in this little corner here. Sometimes in this building, sometimes, very rarely, but sometimes. But there's another one here, and another one inside this building, and another spawn point that's right here on our side. And the reason why I pick A spawn to be the better spawn trap is because there's a lot more tight quarters than C side. C side, there's a lot more open areas and a lot more wide open spaces where it's going to be hard to keep perimeters down on a hold down on C side of the spawn trap. So I'm gonna pause it a bit. I'm gonna come back over here, rewind it a quick one. I'm gonna show you where the enemy team will be spawning in the shut spawn of flag A on Bootleg. So as you can see, they spawn in this little corner a lot. They will be spawning in this corner a lot in this gameplay, and one of the other spawn points is in this little corner here. Another one is all the way inside. Getting stuck. By these scaffolds over here. There's another one that's going to be spawning in that little corner. But very rarely, if you do have this area right here by all of these scaffolds and all of these cement bricks over here, hanging over here, looking down, keeping them locked down in there, they're not going to spawn in this area. So one thing, a quick tip on this little area though, in spawn trapping the enemy team in this area, of course you can see the 2 spawn points, and it's not a very good idea to be hanging around in this area too much of the gameplay, is because if you go too far, use this box as your barrier, but in this area you cannot stay here for as long as, say, like if you kill 2 people and you don't see anybody, you need to get out of here, because if you do stay there longer and obviously you don't see people spawning in the spawn points, those 2 spawn points that I'm looking at right now, they're going to be flipping around the other side and might be spawning at C flag, or might be shifting out to the containers if nobody's here. But if there's somebody here, obviously that's my tack, that's my other dirty spot where I put my tack on this gameplay. But this spot, if there's nobody over here, they might end up flipping to C flag, and these spawn points here in this building, because everybody of course is going to be in this area at flag B inside this building, and of course a little bit at C. But in this gameplay, sorry, but my allergies have been like acting up lately. The spawn point and the little spawn trap that I do over here, I basically, of course, like I said, I've got my dirty spots where I do put my tack. I put my tacks in like the most obvious places where not many people will actually notice, kind of thing. So say if enemy team are like coming over here, they don't really notice that they're gonna be running by, jumping on here. They're not gonna be run and then turn right here. They're not gonna run from here and then turn right here too much. As long as I'm here setting up my perimeter, when I do plant my tack here, this is one spot I plant my tack. I either plant it inside this building upstairs, inside that corner, or above the stairway, and I would come out here and secure this little perimeter by the container, come down looking down this hallway here, and coming down looking down this hallway here. And this is another dirty spot where a lot of cases where a lot of people that actually is trying to get like quads or triples and major kill feeds with your sniper rifle, the montage clip people that would actually try just play the game to get their clips. This is another dirty spot here, because say if, like I say, I'm securing this area right here, I'm gonna go into my person and I'm gonna show you that I try to stay in these areas as much as I can, because basically, hold on, let me go into free roam again and explain this a lot better. The wall right here inside this building basically the imaginary wall on this tutorial will be here and here. The imaginary wall on Bootleg is actually more of a zigzag rather than the spawn trap tutorial on Fallen or on Carbon, because it's not as evened out, but it's a very fun map to play when you're spawn trapping the enemy team at A. But as you can see, I like what I was trying to explain. The imaginary wall on Bootleg will be inside this doorway. You cannot go in here too much. You can't stay in that area. And right here by this table, you cannot go past here. Once you pass this and come out over here, the spawns will start to split up, and it won't be in here anymore. It start to shift, and it's not going to be here either. Not in this corner. It's not going to be there either. And it's going to start to split these spawn points, and sometimes you will actually spawn down here once in a great while if the spawns start to flip, and by the scaffold, like I said earlier, inside here. So because the fact that I'm going through the middle, if you're going through the middle here, going too far, we're down over here. It's all about filling up the blanks. Like I said in the last tutorials, it's going to start to shift to the sides, and you will end up getting flipped on your own spawn trap. So I'm going to play this a little bit more, and what I'm basically doing in this gameplay to control this spawn trap here is planting my tack close by and securing in areas. I'm not going to one doorway and looking down the doorway and just waiting for somebody to come out or somebody to spawn right in front of me, kind of thing. I mean, they do spawn straight ahead of you in here. They spawn straight ahead of you over here, down straight where I'm looking at right now, and at the scaffold over here, straight down here. I mean, they can spawn right in front of you, but it's really not a good idea because you're not going to be able to get that spawn trap and be able to get your kills and your quads or your triples if you're sniping in this gameplay. But I'm going to go into my player and I'm going to show you how I'm doing this on this gameplay. So let's just sit back and just watch the gameplay for a little bit. I'm not going to talk throughout the whole thing. Just going to give you guys time to think on what I'm actually doing on here and just watch the gameplay. So as you can see, like I said, my tactical insertion by the pallets is a very dirty spot because I'm a lot closer to the enemy team spawn points, and it gives me the advantage of killing one person in this doorway. Then I would run back over here, fly my grenade, as you can see, and I just do the same thing throughout the whole game. And everybody benefited out of the kills that they had on here because we had the spawn trap locked down on here, and it was a lot very easy because, like I say in all of my tutorials, the tighter the quarters are and the more cramped up space it is, it will most likely, that spot will most likely be the better spawn trap. As you can see in Bootleg, the lesser routes and the tighter spaces there is where the enemy team will be spawning will be the best, because it's a lot more easier to just run back and forth through routes and look down the hall and just clip them off as you go back and forth, kind of thing. And it's another real advantage for people who try to go for their Moab, for their mother of all bombs. It's rather than camping along the way and just looking down the hall, kind of thing. And wait, hold on, I'm gonna go up into the sky. But I'm gonna kind of give you guys an up view on how the enemy team's spawning. Right now they're actually kind of spawning, well, somebody's kind of flipping over there, but I'm just going to show you guys a spawn. It's because I'm not at the container. As you can see, I'm in the middle of the building. There's nobody watching seaside of the map. But what was I saying? I just spaced out. My cat is distracting me, keeps walking back and forth and playing with my blanket and shit. Now get out, damn it. I'm just kidding. I love you, Sunny. Anyways, as you can see, we are basically all in the middle a lot. And earlier, I was at the containers, and obviously I'm not there right now. My tactical insertion got destroyed, so I actually got pushed back a bit. And all I need to do is just plant my attack back there, clear out this area over here that's at flag C, try to move it up. The crunchier it is, the closer it is, and the tighter it is towards the enemy team spawn point, the better the spawn trap will be, and a lot more kills you will be getting. But I'm gonna go back up here again. You'll be seeing my name soon. I'm gonna start to secure that little area again, and one person securing one area makes a very, very big difference in the gameplay. And what would make it a lot more better if we run around in pairs. I don't want to sound like a trying to mess up everybody's gameplay here, but as working as a team, I mean, people who are like the running gunners and the defenders, yeah, they do their part, but the running gunners go in there and they get a lot more kills and a lot more deaths by doing so, because they're a lot more closer to the enemy team. But if you're working with pairs, say you got 6 people on your team, obviously we're playing hardcore domination, and working with 6 players, you got 6 teammates now. You got 2, 4, 6. You've got 3 pairs of 2s. If, as you can see on the gameplay, you've got 3 routes. If 2 people were to go on the imaginary wall areas, say right here and right here and by the containers, it's a lot more easier if you would work as a team to keep the enemy team on lockdown. Because say if I'm in this in the container area right here, I get flooded out by 4 enemy team players. I don't have anybody to back myself up, so in that case what will happen, of course, they're gonna capture C. And like I was saying, it's a lot better to work as a team, because that way you got backup, you know what I mean? You die, there's another person behind you to clip those people off, and by the time you spawn and get back to that spawn point, I mean, in that little perimeter area that we are controlling, we will be able to uphold that boundary area for the spawn trap at A still. So we will keep maintaining that imaginary wall and keep holding that spawn trap on lockdown in the enemy team spawn, so we will have an easy win, obviously. So hopefully you found this one a lot easy. This map on Bootleg is pretty easy to figure out. The fact that it's got only 3 routes on here, but as you can see, like I said in the beginning, all the spawn points that they're going to be spawning at, they have been spawning in. They spawn in that corner, and sometimes here, but rarely on here, because we've got maybe 2 people keep running back and forth over here on this long side by the scaffolds. So we did really good as a team on playing on Bootleg, and we ended up getting the enemy team spawned in their spawn a lot. But like I was saying, it's a lot more easier. My mic is falling. It's a lot more easier if you work as a team on spawn trapping on certain maps, because like I said, it gives you backup. But as you can see, there weren't that much people at C flag. That gave the enemy team advantage to just rush out here like a pack of wolves and just come out here and keep trying to push for C. And that's the thing that you need to kind of communicate that with friends and a lot of your teammates, kind of thing. If you're in a room with a bunch of friends, it's going to be a lot more easier to do the spawn trap. But like I said, on Bootleg, it's a very fun map to play on, and for those of you who are trying to get clips for montages, or just to get a sick kill with a Semtex, with a quad Semtex on an RPG shot, or what do you call a sniper rifle, you will get your clips very easily if you were to spawn the enemy team at A. Like I was saying, it's very close quarters, and it gives them very hard widespread of the sight for the enemy team to actually look around, because all they're going to be doing is running in a line, coming out like very easy pickings, as can be for us. But this is the end of the gameplay. Hopefully you found this tutorial very helpful on the map Bootleg, and obviously I'm using the PP90 on this gameplay, and this is the score we went to, 201-14, and I ended up going 46-37 with 5 assists. But hopefully you guys like this gameplay. If you guys have any questions, anything else you would like to know on the spawn trap on Bootleg, please leave a comment below, rate, comment, subscribe, and shooties and muddies.